Hi, my name is Kay Warren, and welcome to the Office 365 Open Overview for Distributor Partners. This series includes 3 videos that will help cover key components of Office 365 Open a distributor partner will need to know in order to sell and support their partners and customers. This content within the video series comes directly from partner pilots we conducted in November and December with select distributors. We've used the feedback in order to ensure that the content within this video series is tailored to our distributor channel and understands the feedback that we have incorporated so that the Office 365 Open model end-to-end provides you the information you need. Here in video 2, we will focus on the benefits of Office 365 and the 4 areas of working together, access anywhere, best value, and easy IT. This video will assist in understanding our customers and who will most likely adopt the cloud and who will wait. You will also understand the resources being provided to resellers and our broad readiness approach.
Hi, I'm Caroline Stanford. In this session, we're going to cover some of the opportunities associated with the mid-market. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the Office 365 mid-sized business product specifically, talk about targeting the SMB customer, and then go through some of the resources that we will have available and next steps for you as we go to market. So before we get started into the product itself, let's talk a little bit about the nature of this opportunity. So there are several major trends that have impacted the way that we work around the world, and those trends have gone into the way that we've thought about creating the new Office. The first major trend is devices. 1 billion connected devices were shipped in 2011, and what's fascinating is that number will then double by 2016. That means more and more employees are bringing their own device to work, and IT administrators everywhere are forced to then support those various form factors and platforms. The second major trend is around social and people. 82% of the world's online population engages in some form of social networking, and we're now using social networking not only to connect to our friends and family, but also to our work colleagues, our business partners, and even our customers directly. And then the final trend is around cloud. 39% of SMBs are expected to pay for some sort of cloud service within the next 3 years. And this is a very large market. SMBs were estimated to spend over $540 billion on IT in 2012. So this is a large group of customers who are rapidly innovating and moving towards the cloud. With those macro trends in mind, we then thought about the challenges that are specifically faced by mid-sized businesses. And they're really along 4 different areas. So along the device story, people who like to work on multiple devices and want to be able to bring their own device into the workplace. The second around collaboration, people needing to work together who don't necessarily sit together or even in the same country. This third around the IT staff and the ability for an IT administrator to manage a complex infrastructure while then still trying to focus on their strategic projects. And then finally, along the cost consciousness factors that are certainly prevalent within the SMB market. So with that in mind, you'll see our value drivers built around these 4 pillars: anywhere access, working together, easy IT, and best value. These 4 value areas will be interlaced in the rest of this presentation and in the resources to come over the next few months as we go to market. Now that we've talked a little bit about the nature of the opportunity, I wanted to dive into some of the specifics related to Office 365 Mid-Size Business, which is the product that will be offered through Office 365 Open. Before we go deeper on the product specifically, we wanted to spend just a second orienting on some of the terminology that we use when we talk about the new Office. This is the first release where we've consolidated all of our offerings under the master brand of Office. We now have 2 sub-brands. So in the cloud services area, we have Office 365, and with our perpetual traditional on-premises offerings, we'll continue to have Office. Now those on-premise offerings will always have the version year associated with them. So Office Home and Business 2013, for example. With our cloud services, Office 365 is the consistent naming device across our offerings, and you'll note that there's never a version year associated with those names. It's important to spend just a second running through this because our Office 365 cloud service offerings are always up-to-date subscriptions. So we want to be very clear that our customers who purchase that subscription are getting the value of an always running, always improving product, not just a single version year. Now that we've talked a little bit about the branding, let's go through our SKU lineup for this release. In Office 365, we have a range of products from those targeted at a college student or a home user, all the way through a large enterprise or an organization with complex IT needs. And again, with our traditional on-prem offerings, we'll continue to offer that variety as well, from our Office Home and Student offering all the way up through Office Professional Plus, which is intended for larger organizations. What we're going to focus on today is Office 365 Mid-Size Business, which is targeted at users, organizations between 11 and 250. It's priced at $15 US per month, and we're going to go into a little bit more detail about the features and the capabilities that it offers. Office 365 Mid-Size Business is designed with a very specific customer in mind, and that customer has under 250 users, typically an IT generalist, so maybe one or two in-house staff members who are responsible for the IT for their organization. They're looking for enterprise quality tools at affordable price, and they really want to make sure that it's an always up-to-date service that offers the best value for their organization. Office 365 Mid-Size Business does include Office, email, document sharing, video conferencing, and a simplified admin console. And now let's go into a little bit of detail about what that includes. Office 365 Mid-Size Business includes at its core Office, rich client Office downloadable onto up to 5 devices per user. Office 365 Mid-Size Business, though, also offers so much more value, including Exchange Online, so business class hosted email, Link Online, Presence, IM, voice, and HD video conferencing, and SharePoint Online, which includes document sharing and management in the cloud. SharePoint Online also enables things like team sites, which allows teams to collaborate both internally and with their external partners using things like SkyDrive Pro. All of these components together work to deliver across those 4 value pillars that we discussed previously. So in terms of anywhere access, we're offering the best experience across multiple devices. And as I said, each user is able to download Office onto 5 different devices that they may be using, so they have a consistent experience across wherever platform they may be on at that particular moment. Working together, we've enabled new ways to collaborate using integrated social, voice, and video capabilities throughout the applications. In terms of our Easy IT, the IT admin experience within the Office 365 console gives overworked IT staff in the SMB market an easy, one-place stop to do all of the things that they need to do to keep their organization running. And then finally, best value. As I mentioned, Office 365 Mid-Size Business starts at its core with Office, but then includes so much more. And with simple per-user licensing, organizations can ensure they have not only always up-to-date, enterprise-grade productivity solutions, but they're really getting the most out of that subscription for each member of their organization. We wanted to spend just a second comparing the different products in the lineup that I showed you previously. So as I mentioned, Office 365 Mid-Size Business is the SKU that will be available through Office 365 Open. There are several other SKUs, however, that might be appropriate for an SMB customer, so we just want to run through a couple of the differences between them. They fall into 3 major areas: standard services, the nature of an Office deployment, and advanced services. In the standard services area, the IT administration console is different between Office 365 Small Business Premium, Mid-Size Business, and Enterprise. The Small Business Premium, which is intended for very small businesses, 10 users or fewer, is an extremely basic and streamlined console. By the time you get to Mid-Size Business, we do have an expanded set of capabilities, and then you get that full set of options by the time you reach the Enterprise SKU. The second difference is in the area of support. Small Business Premium includes basic support during the setup period. Mid-Size Business offers support during business hours. And Office 365 Enterprise offers 24/7 phone support for the lifetime of the subscription. The differences in the deployment area include click-to-run deployment on a push versus pull basis. And what that means is that click-to-run, which is a very fast way to install Office, can be administered on a pull basis on devices in Small Business Premium and Mid-Size Business. So that's a user-activated deployment. Office 365 Enterprise, however, does include push deployment. So the IT administrator is able to push deployment into each of the client devices for the users within their organization. The final area of difference is around advanced services. Active Directory Sync is enabled starting at the Office 365 Mid-Size Business SKU level. And rights management, which is appropriate both for our larger customers, but also maybe for small businesses that have advanced compliance needs, is available starting at Enterprise Business. We wanted to spend a minute on this because it's important to remember what your customers may be looking for and some of the specific features that are going to make one of our products right for them. Now that we've talked a little bit about the nature of the product and the various features that we've lined up to help deliver value to the mid-sized business customer, we wanted to run through some of the key sales scenarios and ways you might think about targeting customers in this space. The first sales scenario is by far the most popular that we've seen in our research, and that's the customer who's sitting on an old server. They're probably very concerned about the costs that are associated with upgrade, and they're thinking hard about the cloud, but they may be unfamiliar with the offerings that are available with hosted workloads and unsure about the security or reliability associated with them. We would encourage you to look at these customers and think about whether costs are preventing them from moving forward with their productivity solution, to ask them how frequently their servers go down or how much time or energy they spend administrating them, and to think with them about what the upgrade decision could be based on and whether it's a cost-conscious concern or issues with security or reliability. With these customers, you're really thinking about pitching the cloud versus on-premise. A customer who's sitting on an old server is probably interested in potentially not having that workload on their plate. So here we would really encourage you to focus on two of the elements that I talked about previously. The best value driver, so the no upfront cost and always up-to-date nature of Office 365 on Open, the affordable monthly fee that delivers a range of values across productivity workloads, and then the simplified IT value driver, so the ability of spam and malware built-in protection, one admin console, and the ability to remote data wipe devices, for example, are some of the things that may really pop for customers in this space. The second scenario we wanted to go through is the customer who has growing needs. This may be a startup or a company who's recently experienced a lot of growth in their industry. They're potentially looking at employees at multiple different offices, and they probably have a limited IT staff. We see growing needs customers as probably already pretty strong advocates of the cloud, and yet they're looking for an understanding of why they would choose Microsoft's cloud over others. Here we're really going to pitch turnkey productivity, and that's the ability of Microsoft Office 365 to bring together all of the different value drivers that we've talked about before into one easy subscription per user. So the key things you'll stress here are the simplified IT experience for admins. Instead of working with a lot of different types of software and different platforms and the confusion that can cause for users within their organization, all of it happens in one place. Working together, the ability to conduct effective meetings, share files across the company and with partners, and follow sites and documents within the organization can be a huge benefit for organizations that have remote workers or employees who don't physically sit in the same place. And then finally, best value. Any growth company is going to be extremely conscious of the investment that they're making in various IT solutions. And the ability to demonstrate the value encapsulated in a single Office 365 subscription is going to be a key win for this particular customer base. The third scenario is customers who may already be using a hosted mail solution. These are typically smaller businesses who have moved one workload to the cloud and then use a combination of other productivity tools for the rest of their organization. Key things to probe with these customers are questions about the protection of their data and how reliable the mail solution they're using may be. These customers are probably very concerned about their data protection, performance, and they may be uncertain about the various different platforms that they're using within their organization. With hosted mail customers, we would really encourage you to pitch the Microsoft Cloud Compete messaging. And this is really about the simplified IT experience that Office 365 subscription would offer their organization, so they wouldn't have to worry about managing multiple types of systems and services, and they'd have the reliability and security guaranteed by Microsoft. The second major area for these smaller customers is the ability to look professional. Office 365 unlocks best-in-class tools and enterprise-level productivity for small businesses. Using the familiar experience of Office applications, our small business and mid-sized business customers are able to build a look that helps them compete with even the biggest fish in the market. The fourth area we wanted to cover is customers who are currently using an older version of Office and are maybe concerned about the value that could be associated with the decision to upgrade now. I would encourage you to think about these customers' obstacles when it comes to adopting Office 365, to ask them how they support their mobile workload, and to help them think about the tools that they may have in place to support collaboration. With these customers, we really want to talk about the value of the new Office. We've come a long way in the last few releases of Office, and the combination of our applications and the Office 365 services really delivers a whole new level of productivity and collaboration for organizations, and we want to make sure you have the opportunity to tell them about those benefits. Key things to stress are the anywhere access ability of the new Office and Office 365. So roaming devices, tools, and settings, the ability to work on multiple devices, and the ability to use Office wherever you may be. The collaboration tools that are embedded within the Office 365 application and enabled by the services underneath them, and then the value of the Office 365 subscription, which includes no upfront costs or investment in server infrastructure, and always up-to-date subscription, and really a predictable cost structure that's going to enable you to forecast and grow. We've come a long way when it comes to thinking about our customers and how they approach their IT decisions. We started thinking simply about customer size, segmenting based on the number of PCs that we saw within an organization. What you saw in the scenarios that I just presented are thinking about how our customers currently use technology and developing our sales scenarios based on what we see them currently have in their organization and where we'd expect them to move in the future. As we move forward, we increasingly think about the attitudes our customers have towards technology. And at Microsoft, we've done a lot of research to understand the various profiles that we see in the SMB space, from our cloud supporter and cloud champions to our self-service and traditionalist customers who may be less prone to the cloud. The reason I wanted to share this with you is because we are integrating all of our learnings and research in this area into the targeting, messaging, ad campaigns, compete profiles, and evidence that we're providing to you, our partners. And we will continue to share with you that research and our learnings moving forward. Now that I've talked a little bit about targeting SMB customers and some of the key sales scenarios, I wanted to quickly run through the resources that we will be making available and some important next steps for you as we go to market. First, I want to start with a quick overview of how we've been thinking about readiness. It really falls into three major areas: operations, licensing and business model, and sales and marketing. In operations, it's important that we stress test all of the key scenarios associated with the Office 365 Open purchase process and provisioning prior to launch. We've ensured that there's no critical impact to partner systems, and we want to make sure that we're driving readiness through trainings with our partner community, both on the operational side and internally. The second area is licensing and business model readiness. It's been very important that we create clarity around this new process and procedure. We ensure that there's licensing support available to cover any questions that our partner community may have. And we're using interactions with our partner community really to prioritize the next wave of program improvements that will be coming out over the next few months. The final area of readiness is our sales and marketing area. And here we've really thought hard about building scale across the channel and offering simple and effective recipes, as well as our broader list of marketing ingredients to help you be effective and help you translate that value and benefit drivers to your reseller community. We've also worked to increase the push versus pull ratio of our partner resources so that it's easy for you to access what you need in order to get ready to go to market with Office 365 Open. Two key resources that I wanted to emphasize are the Office 365 Reseller Starter Kit and the Disty Bootcamp content refresh that will be coming out over the next few months. The Office 365 Reseller Starter Kit is a packaged set of materials that's really intended to be that recipe to help you and your reseller community get started with Office 365. It includes a series of important one-pagers, including a product overview, how to buy, and some of the customer targeting that we just reviewed, tele-discussion guides for both Office 365 Open and Office 365 FPP, a customer pitch deck, and some videos to help you get started with account management. The Disty Bootcamp content refresh will be coming out in the February to March timeframe and is really intended to drive increased readiness and excitement for our services launch. We will be holding multiple Train the Trainer virtual sessions to feature this new content and help ensure that our existing Disty Bootcamp process has the very latest and greatest in the content that we're able to offer around Office 365 Open. The other thing I wanted to highlight was the Office 365 Best campaign, which is our one and only below-the-line campaign for Office and SMB. It includes a number of execution packages, and just a few to highlight are the tele-discussion guides, which will also be included in the reseller starter kit that I just mentioned, the Introducing the New Office campaign package, which supports our volume licensing launch, which was made available in December 1st of this past year. All of these are available on the partner website you see listed below. The Office 365 Open Reseller Starter Kit, Office 365 Disty Bootcamp Refresh, and the Office 365 Best campaign are part of the broader set of readiness materials that we'll be providing to you, our partners, over the next few months. All of this is going to be incorporated in the MPN Competency Update, as well as the Launch Event in a Box resource that we'll be providing through our field as we go to market. So what's next for you, our partners? First of all, if you haven't done so yet, I strongly encourage you to experience the new Office. Get a feel for the new applications and services and how they might be able to provide a robust and amazing productivity experience for your customers. Secondly, get trained and learn the pitch. The resources that we've discussed and more are available on the partner website as well as the Best site, which I've listed here. And then finally, stay tuned for the Office 365 Open and FPP Starter Kit, which will be coming out in Q1 of calendar year 2013. And we really see as a core resource to help you get ready and, more importantly, to ready your resellers to go out and sell Office 365 on Open.
Thank you for watching video 2 in this important series, Winning the Mid-Market Customer. As you can see, we have additional resources available for you on the Microsoft Partner Network and some new ones that will be available for you at the end of January. We hope you find them to be a valuable resource.